Hello, viewers of Sounding Board, and today we're going to talk about another Spin Master DC figure. This time we're going to talk about Superman. Why Superman? Because this weekend there was a lot of controversy with Warner Brothers announcing they're going to make basically a token Superman, a black Superman. And they're talking to Michael B. Jordan about it. And a lot of the people I was listening to were talking about that the writer they have for it isn't the best choice. He's doesn't believe in a lot of. He's very woke, and he's social justice light compared to some of the other people that are spewing a lot of this woke message as of late. All this, and a lot of it is anti-American. And Superman basically is truth, justice in the American way. How can you remove that from Superman? Also, tokenizing Superman to a different race also changes his. You would have to assume they're going to change his history, because he's not going to have the good Kansas upbringing. He's going to have, he'd have a different upbringing, and a good example of that is Gods and Monsters. They're going to say, well, that was Zod, but at the same time, too, he was raised by migrants. Or even Red Sun Superman. Still Caucasian, but raised in Russia. And America's Superman basically became Lex Luthor in the story. And so you're wondering, what are they thinking? One of the most iconic characters in comics, next to Spider-Man or Batman, why would you want to do something like that? It's like taking away what made Captain America who he was. Ooh, he has the hidden boxes too. This is the fun part of the blind packs. Oh, I didn't know these things had cards inside. Wow, I threw away Batman's card. How do you get the card off this? There it goes. That's kind of neat. It's like the Valentine's from the bottom of a box. It is kind of cool that the little kid has a picture to say of Superman and Shazam. So let's see what Superman's got in his boxes. Okay. A blue battle chest armor. I don't know why Superman would need that. Some barbaric claw. And another barbaric claw. Odd choices of items for Superman. Okay, there he is. Spin Master Superman. This is the Superman that I grew up with. Why do you really need to adjust heroes? Why don't they create their own, or tap into characters that are already made that are of color, like Rocket and Icon? The entire Dwayne McDuffie universe where Static Shock came from, even Todd McFarlane's Spawn is a person of color. And when's the last time Hollywood tapped into him? They keep throwing his name out there, but that's as far as it ever goes. You know. And a year ago at Christmas time, they released Grant Morrison's Superman from Another Youth from Earth 2. I forget his name. And he ended up having to be sold at discount. Even though he had all the trappings of being a Superman, no one wanted it. So all of a sudden you've got this figure sitting there, either because people didn't know who it was, or people didn't care. But the thing is, most people assume this is Superman, and people kind of like Henry Cavill as Superman, since they were finally starting to maybe try to find a direction with that character, that actor even. You know, they've had better luck with TV shows with Superman than they have with movies, because Superman's kind of like one of those characters that lend himself more to serialized storytelling versus a big epic movie, and which a movie is 2.5 hours, and at the end it's tied up in a neat little package into a bow. A TV show gets to explore his feelings, like Smallville did. Well, he has even the hip. But he doesn't have the waist, and it's funny, this is, at first glance you think it's Superman Reborn, but it's not. It's Superman right after the Reborn Superman died. This is actually Kal-El from the original DC timeline post Flashpoint. I mean, pre-Flashpoint. And so, going back to what I was saying is, Superman's one of those iconic characters that's been around so long, and part of his mantra, truth, justice, and the American way, is what he's about. It's a reason why he had to fight Batman in The Dark Knight Returns, because President Reagan asked him to, and Superman will not go against America. That's why in the series, when Luthor was president, he begrudgingly helped Luthor not do stuff bad, but helped Luthor save the planet at times. But yeah, I really kind of like this figure. I think it's wrong what they're doing with him. J.J. Abrams is probably the wrong choice for a Superman movie, because he did a decent job with Star Trek, as much as people whine about it. But most of their whining happened after the fact. As were Star Wars, they're kind of justified. They're really bad characters. And the movies, his movies under his production and his leadership and his direction, really, the characters really didn't bloom. And he did a great service to Luke Skywalker, and had probably, in my opinion, the weakest villain out of all the Star Wars films. You know, Anakin was pretty much a crybaby, but not as bad as what's his name, Kylo Ren. You know, Kylo Ren was beautiful, and that was what he had going for him. And the fan service. But for the most part, Abrams' biggest accomplishment will be Super 8 probably, and Lost. But Lost was more of a collaboration of a lot of writers like Carlton Cuse versus J.J. Abrams being in charge of the whole shebang. But I'm not too keen on them to what the tokenizing of Superman, because I read superheroes for the stories they have to tell, not about someone putting their own personal vendetta about society in it, or how much they hate society because they feel that certain classes have been slanted and they're crying one ism for another ism, and they're not being very logical. They're doing more I'm more victimized or oppressed, and that's not what Superman's about. Superman's about fighting that kind of stuff. You know, you at the end of the day, you could always count on Superman to save the day. Like when Nightwing had to fight Kryptonian level Batman, because Batman had Superman's powers. Nightwing told him the difference between you and Clark is Clark lives in the light, you live in the dark. And what will change with the character's history as he progresses, and as this project progresses, if it progresses beyond the pre-production stage. You know, because everyone wants their own Black Panther, but Black Panther, in my opinion, was not a good film. It was very racist. It was white, intrinsically racist. You know, I like Chadwick Boswick as an actor, and I like Michael B. Jordan as an actor. But Michael B. Jordan's character was far superior than Black Panther, and it was sad because it was supposed to be Black Panther's film. And there are so many other problems with the film, but people didn't stop to look at it because they were going, "Oh wow, this is so positive. This is so progressive." I saw it as stepping backwards. And then Mike told me that one guy put a bad review on it, and he got attacked by everyone for, "Oh, you can't do that. You shouldn't be doing that. That's wrong." So now people can't have opinions about minority entertainment or creations. So all we can do is talk about the Superman tokenization before it happens, not after it happens. Because if you don't like it, you're going to get crucified and canceled maybe, or even doxxed, depending how well they know you. And that's the sad part about it. It's more of weaponizing a culture against other cultures. And that's really not the way Superman, that's not what Superman's about. Superman is a colorless character that looks at people colorless. Everyone is equal in his eyes. And that's what they're going to forget about. So until next time, this is the Sounding Board, signing off.